My name is Karen Bajenski, and I'm Stevie's mom.
My name is Mark Bajenski, and I am Stevie's dad.
We're here today for our Do It Stevie's Way tournament that we started in memory of Stevie. We wanted to do something to carry on his name and reflect what he was all about.
Stevie was a good grandson. He was friendly with everybody, and he was like 17 years old. Every time we seen him, he'd give us a hug and a kiss. You know, 17-year-olds don't like to do stuff like that.
When Stevie was young, you got to toss the ball around with him a whole bunch after games, and you know, he was just a special kid from the very first time I met him, and you know, sort of got to see him grow up.
Baseball was the perfect sport for Stevie because you have to endure so much failure. Being a great teammate for the people who really know the game is such an amazing quality, and that was who Stevie was.
As a baseball player, he did the little things on the field. He was undersized, so he tried to really take advantage of every little thing in the game.
He was very passionate about life, about baseball. He was very respectful, polite. He was kind of everything that, like, I would say a perfect person embodies.
We encompass everything of this tournament about doing it Stevie's way, which is what our foundation is called.
Do it Stevie's way means to me, you don't have to be the best at something, you just have to be the best you for that something.
That's the goal of the Stevie's way, is to get the right messages in front of kids and plant those seeds that hopefully can make a difference in their life forever.
The foundation has provided scholarship opportunities for kids that, you know, they might not be the best or the greatest on the field, but they're going to be the kid who goes out of his way or her way to teach others the way to play the game and be a role model and do things outside of the game.
What we're able to do through hopefully touching 10% of the kids that we talk to is that we get them to understand that if you work hard, if you do things the right way, you're going to create opportunities, and those opportunities will be able to pay forward things to people that are coming in behind you.
We found out the day he was born that he had a murmur. We had to go see a specialist, and he said he's going to need open heart surgery. They did the open heart surgery when he was 10 weeks old, and he had aortic stenosis.
And I always remember him when he was younger. He wanted to play every sport, and then as he grew older, he knew he had this bad heart. And later on, when he was like 14, 15, they wouldn't let him play basketball anymore, and every other type of sports. But they said baseball, you could still play because you're just running short sprints. You're not doing a lot of running, and your heart should be able to hold up for that.
Stevie was a fighter. He was a kid who would fight to the end to do things the way he knew that they needed to be done. He was always the littlest guy, but you never would have known it.
In 2009, Steven found out he needed to have a valve replacement in his heart. So instead of missing the season as a senior, he wanted to get it done before school started so he'd be well enough to go back and play.
We had him back in, went in for surgery. They decided they wanted to possibly repair the valve instead of replace it. They found out they couldn't do that, so they then went to the Rouse Kino.
So when Steve came out of surgery, they extubated him like within 8 hours. And he was sitting up talking, and it really seemed great. And so that was that second night, I started to notice that he was looking very white. And I asked the nurse that was in there, I'm like, you know, his lips look a little white, and all of a sudden he was like, I'm really tired, and he closed his eyes. And she was like, yes, I put calls into the doctor. They're gonna do an echo, and they're gonna see what's going on, if there's any bleeding that, you know, from the surgery, post-surgery issues. And so it was minutes later that he coded, and you know, that was just what happened. And the next day, everyone coming around, and the doctors were like, we don't know, we don't know. I'm like, well, you have to know. He was sitting up doing great, talking to us. You know, what happened? We obviously were emotionally and physically exhausted from this, you know, going on a couple hours of sleep every night, not knowing what was going to happen and if he was going to be brought out of the drug-induced coma. You know, wondering how life's going to go on. We had a lot of unanswered questions by the hospital and the doctors who took care of Stephen, and we felt that we needed to find out what happened, and so we called the Vrdolyak Law Group, and they helped us get those answers.
The Vrdolyak Law Group assigned us a great lawyer, first and foremost, and at the end of the day, when you lose someone, you just need to have a concept of why, and at least they gave us a concept of why, and certainly did a tremendous job helping us.
You know, two of the things that we wanted, if there was a mistake made, we wanted it changed so another family would not have to go through what we did. And the other thing was we wanted an answer as to what happened. You know, we never felt we got that from the doctors. And Vrdolyak Law Group gave us that. The Do It Stevie's Way Foundation started with Mark and a couple of his best friends who were all on board. They all knew Stevie. They wanted to be part of what we were creating and keeping his legacy alive.
It started out as a dream of just keeping Stevie's legacy alive, and it was one game that Mount Carmel played against an opponent, and I got to be involved and thought that we could turn this into a tournament that would groom teams for the state championship run. The foundation is taking it so much further. Now they're helping families, they're helping kids that have needs. It's been financially very successful because people know it's a great story, and people want to support that. And every year it gets better and better and better. So, you know, I think the foundation's here to stay for a long time.
The Vrdolyak Law Group sponsors us for every one of our events that we have.
What the foundation provides is a variety of things. I think we give kids an opportunity to play in some pretty phenomenal venues. I think we get them ready to play in the state baseball tournament because they see the competition, they see the pressure, they see everything, you know, 2 weeks before the state tournament that normally they wouldn't see until they got the state tournament.
I think this tournament is so much more than just baseball. It's life, and it's a way of moving themselves to that next level successfully, I think, and that's what I hope the children that are coming up through here are seeing.
Baseball was a perfect sport for Stevie because he was all about team. He wasn't one that wanted to be the one person that outshined everybody else. He was more the one that cheered everybody on for the good they did.
What I hope for the young athletes that participate in this tournament is first and foremost they have a true understanding of the type of person that Stevie was. You know, truly dedicated to his family, truly passionate about baseball, and truly passionate about his teammates. And you know, if they can remain focused on being those things, that's going to make them better people first and foremost, but also better teammates and more productive members of their schools.
My hope for all the athletes that go through this program is that they don't necessarily come out a better baseball player as far as athletic ability, but they come out realizing that yes, it's okay to be competitive, but if you don't win or you don't finish, you know, where you expected to be, that you still are the best you.
I hope they listen. You know, I hope they listen to the message and are vested in the message. If they can take away just one part of the message, then I really think they're going to be a better kid and better player. And the importance of family and the understanding that every day is a gift and that we don't know when tomorrow ends. And we talk a lot about them being able to leave the legacy they want to leave. And that's our hope, is that they take the message and leave the legacy they want to leave.